Hi, welcome to today's class, and in today's class we're going to be learning how we can sketch a garment on our croquis. Firstly, let me thank and appreciate everyone that's submitted their assignments, and I can say that I'm really impressed, because based on what people have submitted so far, I'm so happy. Your work are very good and fantastic. And I want to say something. If your illustration, whether manually or digitally, is going to look good or bad, it all depends on your croquis. Okay, having a good croquis will help your illustration to look more professional and more presentable. Okay, let me show you an example of a designer. Okay, so this was the croquis she was using before. Okay, and she bought my croquis from my website. So it was after she designed the dress she sent to me. So this was the one she designed with her croquis, because that was the croquis she was able to design. Then after she got my croquis, she designed this. Now if you look at the two designs, you see that the dress and everything is basically the same thing, the same style, the same beading, the same everything is the same sleeve, the same everything. The only difference is just the croquis. Okay, so your croquis is very important. Try as much as possible to have a good looking croquis. So one hand will not be looking fatter, the other one will not be looking shorter, and all of that. Okay, now let's get right into it. So we want to turn this croquis, we want to perfect it. To perfect it, you see all these guidelines that we actually sketched earlier. We are going to erase them, and you have to do this off camera because I don't want this to be extremely long. I mentioned in the previous class that you should not apply too much pressure on your strokes, your lines. Okay, that's because they were just, most of them were just guidelines. So right now you have to let them go, you have to erase them, and while you are erasing, it should be something easy. It should not be something that is very difficult if your strokes are not very dark. So I'm just going to erase the whole thing offline, and we'll resume from there. Okay, so I've erased that part. My skirt is ready. If you want to add maybe a design to your skirt, for me, I want to do something like a drape by the side. I'm just trying to sketch something quick and simple for you as a beginner. So I want my drape to be kind of asymmetry. So I'm making my drape come like this. So I'm basically going towards the direction I want it to be draped. Okay. So I have a course, not a course, I have several courses, but in my beginner to intermediate class, I explain how you can sketch using reference. This is just a simple sketching for beginner. Okay, so this side, because is a drape, it's going to be folded, so we are going to have something like zigzag there. Of course, since the drape is now on the skirt, we will not be seeing the skirt on that part again. Now I want to sketch like the part that is dropping down, doing something like zigzag. So let's go with this name. So once I'm done, just connecting. Okay, now erase anything that, if a fabric is under another fabric, the one under should not be visible. So anything under has to go away. And after doing that, just make sure the one that is meant to be visible is actually visible. Okay, so basically what I just did here was just zigzag. Okay, did like this, then started doing my zigzag downward. Okay, then I connected up, connected. Okay, so basically that's the design I want to do on the lower part of my skirt. Then for the upper part, I actually don't know this time I'm just doing anything. It comes to my head, so I want to do something like this, not like a structural kind of sleeve. Okay, then for this one, I want it to just be something off shoulder like this. Okay, you can decide to show the complete curve. This is me closing the structure I want on that part. Then for this one, I like to show the way it's going to the back. So all this thing now, the hand is not supposed to be showing through the fabric, the shoulder is not supposed to be showing through the fabric, so we have to erase those parts. All the parts, any part of the body that is being covered with fabric is meant to be hidden, it's not meant to be visible, except it is a skin net, like a net or a mesh, something that they will still see the skin. that's when you will leave it. I know a lot of you are very, very creative. The issue is just the inability to sketch it. The whole of you are very, very creative. So I'm going to have structure on that part. I'm going to have structure on this part for shoulder. Okay, then for the bodies, you can decide to close this place. For the bodies, you can decide to, I want to do something like a boning. Okay, it's called boning. I actually don't sew clothes, so I may not really be right with what I call them. Then I want to show like beadwork on my structure. It's going to be fully beaded. Then for this one, I can actually show something like this. Okay, so once I feel like it's okay, I can just show, just doing anything that comes to my head actually. Okay. Then I can go ahead to add more beadwork to this one. Maybe it's going to be 2 types of beading. So for the bodies, I'm just going to trying to do is just communicating that there's going to be beadwork on this part of the dress. By the time you're going to do your design, I want it to be very, very beautiful. Any design of your choice. Any design of your choice. I want it to really bring out the creativity in you. So when you, or the designer, the person that wants to sew the dress, or even the client see this, they will know that, okay, this is a fully beaded on this part. Okay, if you now want to show more, can make the beading of these parts, like I called beading channel earlier, can make the beading to be more visible. There is a lot you can actually do with pencil and paper. Okay. So you have this. For the upper part, you can still decide to maybe add beading to this part. You don't want to leave it empty. Okay, so we have this. So I have my upper body designed already. This design. Then for the lower parts, depend the skirts, maybe depend on the fabric you want to work with. Maybe lace, ankara, plain fabric. So that will determine the type of design you are going to do to that part, or maybe you even want to add it add beading to it. So it depends on what you or your clients want to do. Okay, so if I want to add like a lace pattern, just going to do this. Pattern can be anything. Okay, so you can still decide on add more. Okay, I can still decide to detail my fabric or my pattern. And with that, I decide to put a pause, or let me say a stop to my pattern or to my fabric creation. So basically, this is how you do your fashion illustration. You can see that there is no big deal or any big secrets about it. Just your ability to sketch your stuff. So if you like, you can decide to add air for your model, your croquis, or you can decide to add gilly. So looking at the type of dress we design, it looks more like a party dress. So I'm just going to give it gilly. Okay. Okay. So looking at the space I have here, it won't allow me to do a very big or elaborate gilly. So I'm just going to do something minimal, something small. Just get something around the head, then show your layers of the gilly. So you don't need to be confused, because as a beginner, I'm using a very simple method for you. But I have a detailed tutorial on all those things I'm explaining, and the more you practice, the better you actually get. So you can decide to give edges. Okay, I decided to show you eyelashes. This particular one, I had to redo it. So that is for you to know that the direction of your sketchbook and your hand also matters in illustration. Okay, so this is what we have now, and just like that, we've been able to illustrate croquis and a dress. Okay, so once you are done, just add your signature, and just like that, you've illustrated a dress. So I'm just adding something like a cleavage. So I want you to try out your own. Okay, so do your illustration, and once you are done, I want a very nice design. I want you to put in your all. Once you are done, submit to the assignment group, and your work is going to be reviewed. Thank you so much for your time.